Alright, so welcome to another episode of Jazz Pulse on Jabmedia TV. My name is Aminu, you can call me Shoelace. Alright, so on today's episode, we're going to talk about, can Madrid launch a comeback in tomorrow's UEFA Champions League? Can Harry Kane also win his first trophy, his first team trophy with FC Bayern Munich? And can Kumasa Asante Kotoko win the Premier League this season? Or would Bibiani Gold Stars launch a comeback? We'll discuss all today on JAB Sports on Jabmedia TV. But before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge my sponsors, EF Metalwork, which is located at Amasaman. Remember, they deal in everything that has to do with metal, gates, burglar proof, anything. Just go on Facebook, just type EF Metalworks and contact them, and anything you want, they'll do it for you. Then Nurturing the American Dream. Nurturing the American Dream. I think I have a copy over here. So this is the book, Nurturing the American Dream, which was written by Mr. Frank P.N. J. Mensah. So this book basically talks about success, how you can achieve success in Ghana without needing to travel abroad, without needing to travel to the US or the UK or Europe to gain success. You can do that in Ghana. So just contact us at Jabmedia TV and on all our social media platforms for this book. Just contact us and we'll get you a copy. And then also, unlock your beauty, discover ultimate destination for all your beauty and jewelry news. Introducing Dell Cosmetics and Jewelries. So anything that has to do with jewelries, anything that has to do with cosmetics, just contact Dell Cosmetics. Remember, when you visit there, just use our code JabMediaTV at the checkout for a 10% off for your first purchase. So anything that has to do with jewelries, I mean, the price are unbeatable. Expert advice, anything you want. If you're buying it for your woman, if you're buying it for yourself, they're going to give you different types of varieties. So just go there, just contact them for any of your jewelries and everything. All right. So back to today's episode on JAB Sports on Jabmedia TV. Can Madrid launch a comeback at the Bernabeu? So remember last week in the UEFA Champions League, Real Madrid lost to Arsenal by 3-1 at the Emirates. And then, Arsenal were absolutely brilliant in the first leg. Declan Rice scored two lovely free kicks. And at this moment, Arsenal are very, very, very comfortable at this moment. They are very, very, very comfortable. And Madrid are looking to launch a comeback. This time around, it's at the Santiago Bernabeu on Wednesday evening. Now, the issue here is that we've all seen in the past Champions League results, Madrid doing a lot of comeback. We've seen them do the comeback. This time around, they are down by 3-0. And remember, there is no away goal rule. So Madrid needs to score 4 goals at the Bernabeu tomorrow and make sure that Arsenal doesn't score any goal. Now, the question here is that, can they do it? Can they actually do it? That's where the question is. Because if you have to score 4 goals, you have to make sure that Arsenal doesn't also score any goal. So basically, you don't concede. Immediately you concede, then there is a problem. And the question here is, can Madrid score 4 goals without conceding to Arsenal? That is what at this moment, Madrid will be looking at. The likes of Bellingham. I mean, they have players that can score the goals for them. They've got Bellingham. They've got Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo. They've got Endrick on the bench. These guys can get you the goals. But another question here is that even though these guys can get you the goals, can they also, yes, they can get you the goals, yes. But can they defend? Can they go without conceding no goals? And that is what the issue is right now. And remember, Carlo Ancelotti, there's been rumors. I don't think it's necessarily a rumor because Fabrizio Romano is one of the finest sports journalists you can get at this moment. And he confirmed something on Twitter that if Madrid gets knocked out tomorrow against Arsenal at the Bernabeu, then this season will be Ancelotti's final season at Madrid. Unless he's able to salvage a win. So a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure currently on Ancelotti. And then you look at the back four. They've got Rudiger playing at the back four, but they've got Camavinga has been playing as a centre back for a while. And remember, he got a red card in the first league at the Emirates, so Camavinga is not going to play. Now, since Cameroon has not even played, they've got players who are not centre backs or players who are not defenders playing as defenders. You've got someone like Fede Valverde, who is a central midfielder, who has been playing recently as a right back. So he has a lot of thinking to do. You've got the players that can score goals, but you've also got players. That can't defend at this moment. Madrid they need to sort out their defense because they're conceding a lot of goals. And there's something similar. At this moment, Aston Villa is leading by 3-2 against PSG. And then if you look at the game, if you look at that match, PSG won by 3-1 in Paris, in France. And now they are in Birmingham, and then they're losing 3-2. You score the goals, but the team will also score. That's what I'm talking about. If Madrid wants to qualify, if Madrid wants to get to the next stage of the competition, they need to score 4 goals. And they have to make sure that 4 goals they are going to score, Arsenal doesn't score. Arsenal has got Saka, they've got Moreno, they've got Martinelli, they've got Declan Rice. You can see what he did. So they've got players that can score the goals. Yes, there's no Kai Havertz, there's no Gabriel, but they've still got players that can score goals. So the question is, can Madrid defend? Can they make sure that Saka and Martinelli doesn't have a very good game tomorrow? Can Rudiger do it? Or can Fede Valverde do it? Can Vasquez do it? Remember, Vasquez is not a defender. But I know he's going to play as a defender tomorrow because he did that last week. So these guys that are midfielders who are playing as defenders, can they keep Arsenal away from scoring goals? Can Arsenal to keep Madrid from scoring? No, I don't think. Yeah, they did that at the Emirates, but I still think Madrid are going to score goals tomorrow because it's at the Bernabeu. I mean, and I learned the stadium is going to be covered. And Madrid, there's something called Remontada. When Remontada happens at the Bernabeu, you're not going to sit up. You can ask Chelsea, you can ask City, you can ask Liverpool. These guys have experience. These guys were leading 3 goals, 4 goals, and then all of a sudden they collapsed. Because of Remontada. So can Arsenal do that? Can Arsenal do something similar? I think Arsenal will concede, definitely. But then I still think they're going to score goals too. Because, I mean, it will be difficult to keep out Mbappe. Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo. These guys are going to score goals. And the home support is there. But one thing I can assure you is that I have so much confidence that Arsenal will still score. Madrid can score 5 and Arsenal might be able to score 2. And if Madrid scores 5 and Arsenal even scores 2, 3 plus 2 isn't it 5-5. So then basically it goes to extra time. And I'm not seeing any sort of extra time in this game. So it's going to be crazy. Like, it's going to be very, very crazy. And I can't wait to watch tomorrow's game. at the Bernabeu. The Gunners versus the Los Blancos. And then I want Arsenal to qualify. The truth of the matter, not because I support United or not because it's an English club. But I think we're all tired of Madrid winning the Champions League. We're all tired. Barca fans are tired. United fans are tired. Atletico Madrid fans are tired. Everybody's tired. Madrid have won it several times. They've won it 15 times. We are all tired. We are all fed up. See Madrid win the trophy. Charlie, they will go do allegations. They go win it. We are all tired. And then at this moment, Barca is a team that can win it. I think Barca is a team that can win they can win the Champions, even though they are losing right now. I think they're losing 2-1 to Dortmund. But it's a team that can win it. A team that have the confidence, they have the players to win it. But you see, Madrid has some spirit behind them. If there is semi-finals, forget they will carry the Champions League go out. It's as if they've got some Malambi for India or Pakistan where they do something, give them. Immediately they get to that position, they have that spirit. No matter what, you can even score them 5-0. They will find a way to do some comeback, and that's what I don't understand. They will find some way to do some comeback. So we'll see how that game goes tomorrow, 7 p.m. at the Santiago Bernabeu. It's Real Madrid versus Arsenal. Right, so we move straight to our next story. Can Harry Kane win his first trophy with Bayern? Right, we all know Harry Kane, one of the most top-class strikers in this world. This is our modern-day football. You know, you can compare Hurricane to the likes of Wayne Rooney, to the likes of Alan Shearer, the likes of Sergio Aguero, the likes of Robert Lewandowski, the likes of Luis Suarez, the likes of Gonzalo Higuain. You can compare them to all these guys because he's a potent striker. You know, when you watch Hurricane at Tottenham Hotspur, for example, Spurs is not a club that wins trophies. Neither is Spurs a world-class or a top-class football club. But Hurricane made them a top-class football club under Mauricio Pochettino. The season that Leicester City won that was 2014. The season that Leicester won the Champions League against all odds. That season, Leicester's odds of winning the Champions League was 100. Was over 100 odds. They were one of the teams to even get relegated that season. And that was the season they won the Premier League. That was the season they played against United and they did a comeback where Rooney gave a fantastic assist to Angel Di Maria. And Di Maria scored a lovely goal. And they came back and did the assist. The time they had the likes of Vardy, the likes of Riyad Mahrez, the likes of Shinji Okazaki and all those guys. That was the season everybody knew Spurs were going to win the Champions. That season, Harry Kane was firing goals. And currently, he's the second all-time top scorer in the Premier League. If he had stayed in the Premier League, I had a great feeling he would have broken the record. He would have broken Alan Shearer's record. Currently, he's second, and Rooney is third. I think Rooney has 208 goals. Harry Kane has around 212, with Alan Shearer having around 262 or so. So, this guy was potent. The likes of Son, the likes of Dele Alli, they were destroying clubs, they were destroying teams. They even got to the finals of the Champions where they lost to Liverpool. So he's a potent striker. He's one of the greatest strikers I've ever seen in my life. And today, this guy who has over 400, 500 career goals has never won a first team trophy. He has never won the Premier League before. He has never won the Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, whatever. He has not won any senior trophy in his career. But if we are going to mention current top-class strikers, it's part. I mean, which striker is better than Harry Kane? Apart from, currently he's better than Lewandowski. Yes, Lewandowski is scoring a lot of goals, but I think he's better. I think he's better than Haaland. I feel I'm talking about striker like number 9. He's the better number 9 currently. I think he's first, then I'll go with Lewandowski second, I'll go with Haaland third. Or Haaland second, Lewandowski third. So, with someone like Harry Kane, who has not won a trophy, he has gone to Bayern last season. He went to Bayern, and then Bayern bottled the league, and that was when Leverkusen won the Bundesliga for the first time in over 20 years. Bayern has been winning it from seasons to seasons. This season, it looks like Bayern. This is like Harry Kane will win his first trophy, his first senior trophy. At this point, Bayern are very, very comfortable at the top of the Bundesliga title race. I think they are comfortable at this moment. Even though they drew to Dortmund last week. But I think Leverkusen also drew. So they are comfortable at this moment. But away from the Bundesliga and back to the Champions League, Bayern plays tomorrow against Inter Milan. They lost 2-1 at the Allianz Arena in Munich last week. Can Harry Kane, can he and the guys, the likes of Coman, Sane, these guys, can they manifest a comeback tomorrow in Milan? Can they do something? Can they, can they sit down and then manifest some sort of comeback? Inter has been fantastic this season. Don't get me wrong; they've been absolutely brilliant this season. If you watch the Serie A, they've been fantastic. At a point in time, I thought Napoli was going to win the Scudetto because of the way Napoli started. They started the season very well. The likes of Lukaku, Scott McTominay, even Vitor Kvaratskhelia. Even though they sold Victor Osimhen. Okay, I wouldn't say they sold him. He's on loan at Galatasaray. But then, they haven't missed him at all. They're still scoring goals. And I thought, Napoli is going to win. There was a lot of favoritism towards them are going to win the Scudetto. And all of a sudden, Inter has fired back. And now they're top of the table. And I have this feeling that they're going to win the Scudetto. And, Inter and Roma are my favorite Italian clubs. And at this moment, they are doing very, very well in the Champions League. Because to fly all the way from Milan, and go all the way to Munich in Germany to go and beat the Bavarians is absolutely brilliant. And then now That alone has given us has given us some confidence that you know what, we can't defeat, or we can actually defeat Bayern at the San Siro. So they have this at the back of their mind. And get me, Bayern has some very good players there. Apart from Harry Kane, they've got Jamal Musiala, fantastic young player, one of the best midfielders currently. They've got the likes of Leroy Sané, they've got Serge Gnabry. So they've got these guys. They've got these guys that can score goals. Like they can score goals, they can create chances, they can assist. You know, and they're giving Harry Kane that assist. You've got the likes of Thomas Muller, even though Muller is leaving at the end of the season, even though he's old, the magic is still in the feet. It's just like if you compare him to Kevin De Bruyne, the magic is still on the feet. So you've got these guys, and don't before I even forget, you've got Olise. Olise is one of a young prospect. When it comes to young wingers, he's a very, very good prospect. This guy is very good. He's got the pace, he's got the energy, he's got the skills, he's got the dribbling. Everything about him is top class. So if you look at all these players, Bayern has the opportunity to be able to stage a comeback. Don't get me wrong. They can't do that. I know they can. But what I'm trying to say is that Inter will be a very hard nut to crack, especially at the San Siro. And they've also got some very good. Look at Lautaro Martinez. I wanted him to win. I was hoping, he was going to win the Ballon d'Or. So when the Ballon d'Or was given to Rodri, I was so sick because I thought the Ballon d'Or is becoming some piece of shit, you know. But then I felt he deserved the Ballon d'Or last season. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to win the Ballon d'Or. You get me? But they've got Lautaro Martinez. They've got Barella. I just love that guy. To be honest, I just love Barella. You see, so they've got good players. But then I'm hoping Inter wins. I want them to qualify. I want them to go to the next stage of the competition. But I wouldn't, if Bayern also qualifies to, I'm okay. I love Harry Kane. I love Olise, and I wouldn't, you know, I would love them to also win the Champions League. I mean, if Bayern wins it or Barca wins it or whoever, I'm so happy. The things I just don't want Madrid to win because we're all sick and tired of Madrid winning the Champions League from seasons to seasons to seasons. So we'll keep an eye on Harry Kane. I know he's going to win the Bundesliga. I'm hoping. I know there's a lot of confidence, a lot of odds that favors them. I know they're going to win. I don't think they're going to bottle it. Because already the teams behind them are already bottling it. So I think they're going to win it. We'll just see how they perform tomorrow at the San Siro. All right. And our final topic for today is, will Asante Kotoko win the Premier League, or can Bibiani Gold Stars launch a comeback? Remember, currently Kotoko is top of the table. But they have the same points. Kotoko has the same point with Bibiani Gold Stars. Let me just confirm. I just want to confirm what their points are. But I know they are stuck on the same points. And the question here is, who is going to win? I don't want Kotoko to win it because I'm a House of Folk fan. I support Phobia. So Kotoko has 47 points, and Bibiani Gold Stars also has 47 points. Nations FC have 45 points. Now, if you look at these two teams, a lot of people will be surprised that Bibiani Gold Stars has the same points as Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Because imagine the trophy, imagine the Ghana Premier League trophy going to Bibiani. A lot of people will be like, really? But then there's no surprising. Because now our Premier League isn't the way it was in the past, where, you know, if Kotoko is not winning the Premier League, you know it's House of Folk. Or, you know, maybe it is, maybe it might be Brokum Chelsea's or even Mediama. But this time around, the league has changed. Just like European football, where one of Manchester United is shit. Even though it's my team, you are shit. Tottenham is terrible. You know, where you look at Valencia is shit. AC Milan is a terrible football club at the moment. So football has changed. It's not only in Africa, but also in Europe. If you look at European leagues. So seeing Bibiani second, the same point with Kotoko shouldn't be surprising to you. I'm even surprised Kotoko is even first because they started the season very slow, very poor, and then they started to pick some points, and then as you can see, they are there. So it's going to be, I think the title race is going to be very, very interesting this season, and I'm just looking to see how the title race is going to end. As I said, I've always, since we started Jabmedia, since we started Jabmedia TV, since we started Jab Sports, I've always been bashing the Premier League. I've always been bashing Kotoko. I've been bashing House of Football. I've been bashing the Ghana Football Association. You know, I don't have the confidence to come and sit behind cameras and be talking about our football. But then no matter how terrible our football is, you still have to talk about it. You can't sit here all day and then talk about European football and not discuss what is going on in your own backyard. You need to talk about it. And then, I mean, the football is not that interesting, to be honest. But then, you still have to talk about it. Like the way the last time I spoke about Insuantriman, where I said Insuantriman have decided they're not going to continue playing the league because of what happened in Insuantre, where Napoli was stabbed at Insuantre between the match between the and Kumasa Santi Kotoko. And then now they're going to play the league, and their own player doesn't even know that. He has no idea. In fact, the whole players have no idea that this is what is going on. It doesn't look attractive. But then we still have to talk about it. As a journalist, we have to try and find a way to promote the league, regardless of it being negative all the time. You have to at least create your own positives, you know. And then at the end of the day, even if you find yourself living in South Asia, if you find yourself living in Bhutan, you find yourself living in China or India, or you find yourself living in Oceania, maybe in Cook Islands or Marshall Islands, you're still a Ghanaian. Even if today, if for example, you get citizenship, you get an Austrian citizenship where, I mean, you have to disown your own nationality, your own Ghanaian nationality. No matter what, you are still regarded as a Ghanaian. So no matter what, we still have to find positives in our football, and that's exactly what I'm doing today. And then that's what I'm saying. The title race is going to be very, very interesting. To be honest, it's going to be very, very interesting. Even looking at for example, if you look at England, for example, Southampton has already been relegated from the Premier League. There's a hype, and as for Leicester and Ipswich, the points at which Leicester and Ipswich is, nobody can tell you for a fact that the two of them are not going to get relegated. But if you look at the Ghana Premier League, for example, Legon Cities has 22 points, Accra Lions on 26, and Karela on 28. And then imagine a whole Legon Cities. They are nice buses. Their branding will be solid. They have the best branding in the Premier League, and they are going to play Division 1 football. It's like United going to play championships. So it's very sad to see that, but it's very hard to see that actually. But then it's the Ghana Premier League for you. It looks interesting. Somebody might tell you that it's poor. That is why the points are close. Yeah, in a way it's like that, but then it still makes the whole league interesting. It shows that the top team and the team at the lowest, the qualities are almost the same. It's just how we are able to, how we'll be able to develop those qualities and sell them to Europe, sell them to top football clubs, and how we also be able to at least develop our league to close the gap between us and other top football clubs, other top football countries. So at this moment, I'm hoping Babiani Gold Stars will be able to win the Premier League, but we'll see how that goes along the way. All right, so that will be it for today on JAB Sports on Jabmedia TV. Before I sign out, I'd like you guys to support us. Go to our YouTube page at Jabmedia TV. Just subscribe to our page. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Please follow us. Please follow. We need your support. Without your support, we'll not be able to create content. We'll not be able to come and sit here and talk. So please like our pages, follow our pages, subscribe to our pages, and listen, watch all our programs. Whether it's worship, whether it's entertainment, whether it's sports, whether it's marriage. I'd like you all to follow, to listen, to watch our programs. And before I would like to acknowledge my sponsors once again, EF Metalworks, which is located at Amasama, and they do anything that has to do with metals. Just go to their Facebook, type EF Metalworks, and then just contact them for anything. Nurturing the American Dream. This is it. Nurturing the American Dream. You can purchase this book. Just go on our social media platform and just text us, so you can get a copy of this book. It's all about how to achieve your success in Ghana without necessarily you traveling abroad to try and achieve anything. Just read this book, and you don't need to be intellectually high, or you don't need your IQ to be high to be able to understand the book. It's been written in the simplest form, the simplest English. Even my educational background is just a WASI certificate, I should be able to read this to understand. It's been written in the simplest form for the ordinary or the average Ghanaian. Remember, the average Ghanaian, sorry to say, but the average Ghanaian doesn't have that intelligence to be able to break down certain discourse. So that is why the author, his name is Frank J. Mensah, has being able to understand the average Ghanaian and being able to break down this thing to the simplest form with a lot of animation, cartoons, for you to read and understand. So if you want this, we'll just contact us on any of our social media platforms for a copy. And the final acknowledgement goes to Dell Cosmetics and Jewelries. Anything that has to be cosmetics, jewelries, your type. Remember, the prices are very cheap, unbeatable prices, expert advice. We'll advise you on whatever jewelry you want, whatever cosmetic you want. What cosmetics are good for your face, are good for your skin. What's going to make your skin bright? What's going to keep your color going? If you are dark, if you are black like Chuck, if you are black like me, what's going to keep your color smooth? If you are fair, I mean, what's going to keep you keep on brightening, like it's going to brighten your color? Just go there, just go to Dell Cosmetics and Jewelries for it. You can just go on social media, just type, especially Instagram, just type Dell Cosmetics and Jewelries, and you get them. And remember, when you invested there, on your first purchase, just use the code Jabmedia at the checkout, and I'm going to give you 10% off or whatever you're going to purchase. So please visit Dell Cosmetics and Jewelry today to unlock your beauty. Once again, thank you for watching Jazz Sports on Jabmedia TV. We appreciate your support, and please keep on supporting us. Just subscribe, like, and follow. Thank you. I'll see you next week.